So my name's Torsten, and I'm from Redding, California, and I spent the last handful of years living in Sacramento before I came out here. I think what started the whole cascade of events was, to me, finding God was I was going through a divorce, and we had been together for over 8 years. After that, I really dove into just worked a lot. I was a new business at the time. I think I was only like a year and a half in, so I really just dedicated all that extra time and energy into that. So I started kind of overworking myself, and I was neglecting my healing process, for what I could do, without God. I was ignoring, myself and my health. And about 6 months in or after that, I had a really bad breakdown, and one of my buddies, actually the best man of my wedding, he reached out randomly. He had changed his number like a year ago from that point, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, I changed my number, and I feel bad I didn't tell you, but here's my new number. Like, how's things going?" And so I was like, "Dude, like, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I'm really glad that you text me or thought of me." So I told him what was going on, and he was like, "Hey man, like, why don't you come out here and clear your head?" So I came out here and just took some time off work, wanted to kind of clear my head. Like, I was going through a lot of questions about life, like, what do I actually want? And because right now things are not okay, and I don't know what to do. I just felt really lost. Decided that I wanted to kind of restart, like reset myself, and I decided to stay out here. I had to give up my businesses. I had to give up my residence in Sacramento, and move away from family and things like that. So it was really, really hard, and I went through like 2 to 3 months of just really, really bad depression. During the time of last year, as like all this stuff was happening, I developed a lot of good friendships, and I decided to ask them, "Hey, like, what kind of person I am, and like what I'm looking for, like, can you help me find a place to go?" They looked some places up here, and they suggested GR.Church, and then that's when I came in. Was that next week? Tyler, he was preaching that day, and it was about rest and recovery, and it was something that I was really, I've always been fond of. So I really just it's like, oh cool, I really like what they're talking about here, like, this is cool. And I just liked how he just related it to, like, everyday life. Everybody, we can all relate to this, like, this is cool. And I was like, awesome. And everyone just seemed really nice. And then I came back the next week, and you were talking at the end, and you were asking us, like, if you've never been saved, and if that's something that you want to do, like, or just raise your hand. And there was just no, like, I was compelled to do so. Just raise my hand. I'm like, this is it. Like, I need this. And so,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's just like, now things just make so much sense. Like, it's so clear. It's so easy to understand, like, what I'm supposed to be doing and where I am and why. And I look back in my life, and I'm like, man, he has been working in my life, like, from the beginning. Like, I can see all these things that were happening, and whether I wanted to see it as that or not, like, he knew I would at some point. And I remember turning 30, and I was like, it was my favorite birthday, because I was like, wow, I have all the friends I could ask for. I have all the family and love I could ask for. I have all the things, the wife, the cars, the house, whatever, and the businesses and the status, right? But why did I feel empty? Now I've been saved, and I have God in my life, and I have a fraction of that now, and I'm more happier than I was then.